Now, I knew I'd get a knee-jerk reaction from the blue-eyed boy, having exposed his last couple of videos for being nothing but a charade. Dodgy sock accounts making ridiculous claims, algorithms pushing videos that no one doubted in the first place, and everyone jumping up in the air, high-fiving themselves, claiming a result. And of course, because Dave's got no science, and because he can't come back at me with anything that makes any sense, that is, all Dave's going to offer up is a knee-jerk reaction. A very telling one at that. Take it away, fella. Look a bit triggered there, Dave.
And speaking of things being either rigid or flimsy, that brings us on to apparent proof from Flat Earth, the Level Earth Observer. Sorry.
Was that an attempt at humour? Yeah, a lot of work to be done there, fella.
He keeps getting annoyed at me because he claims he's not a flat earther, but rather a, quote, demonstrable realist.
That's correct. The words flat earth are a loaded term, as I've explained many times, that allow propagandists like yourself and Dan to attach all sorts of silliness to people like myself's claims through the use of wordplay, which is why I refuse to accept loaded words that have all sorts of attachments as my claims. Okay, you're still struggling to grasp that. A lot of you are. That's worrying, but not surprising.
That thinks the Earth is flat. Although
Flat would mean like the surface of a table, and yet we all know the Earth's got hills, highs and lows. So again, you're making very stupid statements, young man.
I think we're about to demonstrate that he's not particularly observant. So recently, he put out a rather...
Now listen to this. Listen to this.
Racist titled video.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Demonstrate that he's not particularly observant. So recently, he put out a rather racist titled...
Yes, that's what I thought you said. No, Dave. It was a particular flavour of pantomime. You know, the Chinese type. Hence the title. There was no bashing against Chinese culture. No. It was just a take on China's silly flavour of space pantomime. Nothing racist was going on or being said whatsoever. I actually practice Qigong on a regular basis, an ancient Chinese art for keeping you fit and healthy. Got no hatred of China. I love their food. I cook a lot of it myself. So no, this is a very, very immature, knee-jerk, ego-driven reaction, Dave. You're clutching at straws again, mate. And all you've shown here is how immature you are, mate. This was a really bad move. But your game plan and your template are so basic to me. It's like reading a Ladybird book, fella. It's just ridiculous. And your statement here is just so daft. You're either stupid and lack any kind of discernment whatsoever, or you're on task. But that face just... Yeah, you seem extremely triggered, fella. Does demonstrable reality bother you that much that you have to claim that I've made a racist or a video with a racist title because it's classed as sweet and sour propaganda? Listen to how ridiculous you sound, fella. Dear oh dear. Matey boy then goes on to attempt to defend a floppy hatch. Can't even be bothered with that. The base claim of where your floppy hatch is, you know, the vacuum of space, is scientifically impossible because you can't get to a vacuum having left a spherical air pressure system rock, one that's residing in a vacuum without some kind of solid separation. So your space pantomime boys would have had to have gone through a wall to get to the vacuum of space. Not my opinion, a demonstrable fact. That's why the blue-eyed boy here has to make ludicrous claims, continue to misrepresent through wordplay, and make himself, of course in doing so, make himself look quite stupid and dull. Keep it up, me old mate.